going on, everyone? Welcome. Here we are. It is Saturday, and I apologize. I noticed that the kick stream was also had the volume up, so you guys probably had a double whammy, and it probably sounded all weird. I'm a little bit out of it today. I wasn't really sure if I was going to go live or not, but you know what? We're just doing it and kind of keeping our minds distracted. Let's do a quick roll call. What do we got here? Kyle Rose, what's happening? Ogre MGTOW, Techman, what's happening? Jock McMiner. Oh, I gotta find my button here. Budweiser. Black Sail. Jock McMiner, UK again.
Rod Potts.
Rocking away there. What do we got? Big 8 Mining. Skirms in the house. Big 8 Mining again. The Pirate. Scrolling through. What do we got? Douglas Hayen, what's happening over there? I see talking. Mr. Pringle. Oh, I love Pringles. Is Pringles like a whole North American thing, or is it only a Canadian thing? I know they have it in Canada, but maybe it's in the States too. I'm not sure, but I like Pringles. Welcome, Mr. Pringle. Crypto Founder 4, MOSFET 85. Dan was going to rug something new. I forgot what it was. He said it in a comment the other day. I totally forget. DJ Mines, what's going on? What's happening? Skirm, Leaf Fall, Greater Good Mining. I'm driving on a road trip here to listen. Hey, no distracted driving. That stuff's bad. What are you doing typing and driving at the same time on a phone? That's crazy. Unless you got, voice typing stuff, but that came out too clear to be any type of voice stuff. We have salt and vinegar crypto powder. Salt and vinegar? Okay, that's awesome. Do you have ketchup chips? Or that's only a Canada thing too, isn't it? You guys in the States, you guys have ketchup chips, and they don't really taste like ketchup. I know some people think they're, I don't even know how, now we're on chips. Like, what's going on here? What's happening? Anyway, Hobbyist Miner, what's happening there? Yeah, Lee Fall World. What's going on with the world? Something, I don't know, crazy. So, we do have some Kaspa stuff we're going to talk about with the recent release of the ASICs, but I do want to go over that recently. I just found out that my little brother did pass away. So, it's been a rough few days here. That's stuff we have to deal with, I guess. I do have a few donation things happening in the description. And just give me a second. Sorry, I'm back, but I'm just trying to help out my parents with any type of the costs that are associated. You don't have to, but yeah, if you want to. All right, let's move on to the Kaspa stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed yet, but we'll see. Anyway, we got some network hash rate slowly starting to pump up now. Sitting at about 3. It's a little easier to see in the Explorer here. We're hanging over 3 petahash now, so 3.019. So things are a little crazy there. Now, I also blah, 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 blah. So, Kaspa ASIC prices are actually dropping in price now. We see the KS3L is down to 20,000. If we did my previous pricing here, we can see based on wherever this is, one of these buttons, that one. So the KS3L was actually $24,800 when they first started announcing them on their website. They're now down to $19.99. Now I was going through other previous people here. Here's Crypto Miner Bros. And if we look at them, they have it at about, where's the KS3L here? 5 terahash. $23,699. Now, one thing to keep in mind, that sounds like a higher price, but that's actually shipping and stuff included in the price. I believe it's, I'm not 100% sure if what is it, import fees are part of that. I do believe it is, or they dropped the price a lot to cut that down, because I have heard with the KS0s a lot of people were paying like 25% on import fees, so that greatly will jump up the price, especially on a $20,000 miner. So this may end up being cheaper here. Coin Mining Central actually has it as well at, where is it? Yeah, 23,668. So yeah, about the same. So we're seeing price reductions here. I was actually talking to Miner Bros myself about the KS3s, and they don't really know what's going on. Like, obviously the miners coming, things are happening with it, but they say the price is going to be dropping soon, and that's as expected. Look what happened with the KS0. What was it, like $15.99, $16.99, then it went to $9.99, $8.99. I think it's going to $7.99 soon. So they say there's going to be quite a bit of reduction in price happening, which is interesting because Bitmain doesn't really do that with their miners, but Ice River seems to be dropping it as that profitability drops. Now, previously we were rocking around 1,500 coins a day on a KS0, and now we're down to, what is it, 575. That's still $20, 71 watts. You know, that's amazing. That's awesome. It's a wicked miner. But from 1,500 coins down to 575. And the main reason is due to that hash rate increase. And it's coming in from the KS0s. Let's take a look at our blocks here. Not my blocks. Where's the actual miners? Where's all the miners? There they are. Here's all the miners. So here's one right here. Look at this. 9.16 terahash. And two workers. Two workers with 9.16 terahash. That's crazy. So here we can see worker 1, worker 2, past 24 hours. This guy, oh my gosh, look at this. 55,632 Kaspa. $1,974. That is absolutely insane. And oh my gosh, Sophos 1990, thank you very much for the 330 NT. I'm not sure what NT is. I would recommend though, like, what is it? YouTube does take majority of, you know, donations, so I would appreciate it if you guys would use the stuff in the description instead. But, you know, much appreciated for all this, and thank you guys for all your support so far towards whatever your family needs in tough times. Thank you very much, Greater Good Mining. Much appreciated to all you guys out there. But let's take a look at some, what, I don't even know where it was now. Yeah, almost $2,000. And if we go into, what is this? Not there. This one. Look at ASIC miner value. It's actually predicting less than 2K now. Remember, this thing was like $3,400 when they first announced, before any ASIC was even online. Now it's already down to $1,700, and we're not even having any type of, these big ones aren't really online yet. It's very small batches here. I do have in my Discord T Swift. You know, we talk about him. He has a lot of inside information quite a bit of the time. Let's kind of adjust this so we can see. He's like, guess what? And I'm like, what? You can see up there, actually. Like, only 10 of these totally made it. So the first batch of the KS3Ls sounds like they're actually shipping to customers, but it is very, very small. So it sounds like only 10 of these total units made it out of Ice River's warehouse today, apparently from the first batch. And one of them is on my way to me now. Not me, but to T Swift himself. And had to pull some strings to get it shipped today. So he actually has a KS3L heading over to his place. Like, how amazing is that? That's pretty awesome. But like, it sounds like there's only 10 now. The August batch sounds like it's going to be pretty darn large. It's going to be big. So, you know, over the next, I guess, week or two, we're going to see the hash rate start to pick up, obviously, here. But next month, things are going to be changing very, very fast. So it's definitely something to keep your eyes on. KS3Ls, they're absolutely insane. And I do believe out of all of those ASIC miners, based on, I guess I'm going to have to redo this sheet because things are a little different now. Stop. Because based on all this, your fastest ROI miner out of them all, obviously was the KS0 if you got it very early, because it was the only ASIC online. But the cheapest cost per hash is the KS3L. Now, this was based at the $24,800 mark. It was $4.96 cents per gigahash. So in theory, and it's more efficient than the KS0. It's expensive. That, you know, the big thing here is obviously the KS0 is a better price point. It's like buying a GPU almost, but making like quadruple or more than quadruple. It's like 20 times more profit than a GPU. So it's a nice entry level fee into this, and it hardly uses any power. So I think the KS0 will be good for a very long time, probably for a good year, until the profitability, well, the profitability actually has to drop to like less than 80 cents or something like that, because this thing only uses like 17 cents per power or something crazy like that, 11 cents. So it's going to last a long time, but the KS3L is the cheapest for what you get. So in theory, it would have the fastest ROI currently out of the ASIC miners that are coming on. But again, I'm going to have to redo this based on all the latest latest prices dropping, as well as possibly even a lot of price drops happening after this. So like by the time end of August, we could see, you know, maybe another $5,000, $10,000 shaved off these miners as well. So it's going to be interesting. Fully Electric posted in the ASIC chat. Let's check it out. What did he say? What did he say? Let's see. Where's the ASIC chat? Right here. Still going strong. Made 10K so far. Crazy. I was expecting a bit more at the price drop. It's about right. Is this the same one I'm on? Oh, this is the single one. Okay. This is the single one. I have one. Where's that dual one? Dual. Was that this one? Yeah. All right. Let's have a look at this one. Let's look at the single one, because we don't really want to double it up. But 24 hours. What? What is this? Which miner is this? This isn't a single one, is it? 20 unknown. 23 ter. What the heck is this? Hold on. I gotta scroll up here. AK miners received 20, and 5 of them been online for 3 days now. Oh, is this what that is? Oh, they all have it under the same name. So I see what's going on here. I thought maybe like now there's a new test model coming out and it's freaking 25 terahash almost. That would be insane. But okay, so this is AK miners. They got 5 of them, and they're testing them out here under the same name. They're masking this. They're trying to hide it. That's crazy. That tricked me for a second. Good thing I went up and read that. So that's very interesting stuff right there. Absolutely insane. But yeah, 5 of these are making, what is that? $5,000 a day. $5,000 a day. 142,000 Kaspa. Now, imagine Kaspa hitting $1. This thing's making $142,000 a day right now. You know, if they wait out for that bull run, and then if it hits $3, like, oh my gosh, like we're talking over $400,000 a day that AK miners is making. Now, did AK miners make the, like, did they buy those themselves, or is this like their resale package? Is that what they're doing? All these guys, they're ordering their ASICs and then they put them for sale, but they're gonna mine on them until someone buys them. But could be using the proxy, then point to a pool. Very true. That could definitely be a proxy. You think they would name it at that point, but again, you know, if you are, just like people having multiple miners and ASICs, they just name it the exact same thing. This is kind of what pops up if you just have all the same names. But yeah, that's crazy. Absolutely insane. Let's go back to actually all of them. Where is pool home? Where is that? Pool statistics? So what we got here? 23 workers, 15. Yeah, 5 workers. That's the one that you just sent right there. 5 workers, 24 terahash. That's insane. 5 workers, 12. Where's a single one? Right here. So this would be a single one, I guess. What's one of them looking like right now? 978. How long has it been online? It looks like a full 24. So $978 a day. 27,665 Kaspa per 24 hours. Yeah, you know, people that get these things super early are extremely lucky, and they're going to make a killing. That's insane. That's, oh my gosh. That is, I don't even know. Not a proxy when you don't put in a miner name for Kaspa pool, you get the name unknown. Is that real? I should test that sometime. Just rip the name out and just see what it says. But that's insane. That's absolutely crazy. Now, where's mine? If I go back into, is this my dashboard? No, I wish. I gotta bring up my dashboard again. So yeah, here's my KS0. And hey, that's interesting. 30 minutes says 103 gigahash. We were actually talking about this. I think it was 2 days ago now in Discord. Usually you're sitting around 93 to 95 gigahash on the KS0. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the difficulty of the stratums, because when we did find out that the new Kaspa bridge was available and the Ice River ASICs worked on your solo nodes, I did find that when I solo mined there for that day and a half. The first day I actually hit 5 blocks. The second day it was 12 hours in, 0 blocks. So I went back to the pool. I was like, hey, enough of that. But I was actually averaging 105 gigahash. It never fell below 104 gigahash while solo mining, which was very interesting. And I'm just wondering if it's something to do with the way the pools are running the difficulty, or, you know, we got a big conspiracy thing and they're actually taking more than they should. I'm just kidding. That's not happening. But you know, it's interesting that we actually seen a higher hash rate while solo mining. When I was using my GPUs on the same type of thing when I first set up that node, it was exactly what the pool was. So it is a little different with the ASICs, but we were seeing an average of 105 gigahash happening on the KS0. How much has y'all's KSO been making lately? That's right here. This is what it's been making. Well, this is mine anyway. Looks like $20.42 per 24 hours on this thing. Remember, that's still pretty darn good. You know, it's not $40 when they first came out, but $20 for only 71 watts is still pretty darn good. Now, that's 575 Kaspa. Now, if you guys remember back, look at this. Here's the current Kaspa price. We're at 3.5 cents here. And if you guys remember, I'm still out. I did sell. I made that video. You guys may have seen. I sold at 3.7, which would have been around, I guess, where are we at? In a little more. It was about this range here. A little down bit, right? We'll go about right there. It was 0.372. I wrote it all down. I wrote down my total coins and everything. So I sold at about this point in here somewhere. And I got out, and we're actually below that. So in theory, if I were to buy back in right now, I would have more Kaspa coins. Awesome. But I'm still waiting. Like, I do have my buy-in for 1 point, like little over shy of 2 cents. I don't know what to really do. Looking back 1 month, it did dip down to 2 cents. And then if we go to the 1 year after the last big pump, when it actually hit its other all-time high, we hit a new all-time high now in Kaspa. It actually dropped down to like 0.13. So I actually set my buy order in for around this level right here, 1.718, whatever. It's in this area right here. I don't know if that's good because I don't know how to read charts, but based on, you know, the past one, then the dip, and then, you know, we're doing this, so it comes down again. I put it in here, but, you know, I'm thinking about maybe even just 3 cents. You know, if it just dips down to 3, that'd still be some nice gains on my Kaspa, and I'd probably gain like an extra 25%. 25-30% or something more Kaspa. So like, I didn't sell it to dump it and get rid of it. I sold it to buy back in cheaper, because usually when I do see these pumps happen, you know, that we're in a bear market. Just the way I look at it, we're in a bear market. It's going to go back down. We're not in a bull market. Not till the end of sometime next year is when we're going to start seeing healthy increases that will remain. But so right now I'm still going on bear market mentality. If I see something pump, I'm probably going to sell it and then just wait for it to dip. And so far, I'm winning. Now, will it go back up? There's a very good chance it could, or it can continue the dip. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's kind of what's going on right there. You set yours to 2 cents. That's, yeah, you know, that's the feeling I'm kind of having, is around that 2 cent mark. I might be pushing a little much, trying to get that, you know, 1.7 there, but I'm thinking, you know, a 2 cent range might be a very good buyback. So in theory, you know, I sold 54,946 coins, so I don't even know what that is. 54,946 0 point. Trying to see how many coins I would gain. I think 2 cents would put me over 100k coins, but you know, that's a gamble. It's, who knows, it's going to play out. I'm not a crypto trader. Usually when I try trading, I fail 99% of the time, but we'll see what happens. You know, like in theory, you know, I could just buy back right now, but I feel waiting too long. Like from my previous fails, you kind of learn from them, and trying to just get in fast and ASAP again just because you've seen something happen usually hurts, and then it'll drop a lot more. So I'm going to play a little bit of a longer waiting game here. I'm going to give it like probably anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to a month and see how that kind of plays out. That usually seems to be the time span between all these, but we'll see what happens. I don't really know. What do we got? Rides that lower uptrend. For some strange reason, RX 5700 and RX 68 are way underpriced used now. They are low, and if you're unfamiliar, like recently Dynex just released their upgrade on their Dynex Solve and everything, so you need the latest miners, and it sounds like Nvidia did take a big hit, and AMD cards are performing quite a bit better than Nvidia. So if you got like some of those 6600, 6700 cards and stuff, I don't have any 6000 series AMD cards, but it sounds like they're doing very well in Dynix right now, where Nvidia seems to kind of suck at the moment. But, you know, they're still decent, but AMD seems to be getting the upper hand now. I imagine there's going to be more minor tweaks and something will happen, but that's what things are currently looking like right now. You FOMO'd into the C1100 just weeks before the ice rivers were announced. That's okay, Snarks, because if you're unfamiliar, the FPGAs do have some other coins, like Kyla coin, for example. Have you been paying attention to Kyla coin? Swap over to that. Like, let's have a look here. Kyla coin. Kyla coin, engage, stop. Oh, which one is it? Full. So Kyla coin's seen some nice pumps. It actually, oh my gosh, it went up to 570. It is now down to 397. It doesn't pay out a lot per day because the block reward is very small, like 0.005 or something is the block reward. But, you know, it looks fairly profitable in the FPGAs. Let's have a look, actually. E300 for an example. Let's just bring it down. Let's do an update here of FPGA profitability. Not that one, this one. Oh my gosh, all my buttons are messed up. I think that one will work. So I'm just going to update these right quick. So I'll just give you an idea here. So we got 9.18 terahash happening here. 9.18 terahash on Kyla coin. Oh, it went up quite a bit since I 9.18. Current price, that's saying 406. Not that. 397, down a bit now. 397. So Kyla coin right now is making before power about $4.25 on the E300. Remember, that's 3 VU33P chips inside of that one. Power is about 423 watts. It's doing about 16 gigahash. It's $3.13 after power. And then Ironfish, it looks like we are getting 1.5. Now, one thing to keep in mind on Ironfish is they are talking about an algo swap because they have, well, the hash rate on the pool side says 552 terahash. I'm not hitting the button because I'm going back to the other screen really fast, but there's 1.5 on the network petahash. So there's a huge shot happening that they don't know where it's coming from. They're thinking it's some FPGA farm that they can't really, well, I don't want to say control because, you know, that's the whole part of crypto. You don't control people, but they don't know where it's coming from. They're thinking it's a very centralized entity, and they're thinking about swapping the algo around to something else, and, you know, obviously something that is more for GPUs. And they're thinking maybe Prog Power something, which is, you know, a lot of people love Kapow, Prog Power, and so on because it's ASIC resistant, FPGA resistant, and so on. But at the same time, rising energy costs, it's a lot more power demanding algorithm. It could just, you could lose, unless the price goes up, you know, to make it worthwhile, you could just lose a lot of participation that way because the power costs are too high. So that's some other things you got to kind of keep in the back of your mind as well. But based on the current price now of 85.4 cents, 85.4, we do, it's $1.68 now. Kaspa, let's update Kaspa right now. What were we saying this thing was? 3.08. Oh my gosh, remember we're at like 109 petahash a month ago. We're up like 3 times pretty much over the last month. So now we're at 309 what was that? 308. That's crazy. 308. Bam. And then we're down to it. Wow. So, actually, where's the price? We got to check out the price here. Kaspa price. We got 354 according to that. 354. Yeah, so even Ironfish is now more profitable at 11 cents per kilowatt hour than Kaspa is on the E300s. And obviously, Kyla coin is the dominant. Now, let's push this up to 15 cent power. Some of you guys got 15. We can see 273 Kyla coin, $1.45, and $1.12 on Kaspa. Let's move this up to 25 cent power. We got $1.71. Kyla coin is still making 88 cents on Ironfish. Kaspa's down to only 16 cents. So kind of crazy. Pretty crazy stuff going on right there. Especially with all those ASICs going online, Kaspa's definitely dropping down in profitability. I don't even think it's on the radar for. There's probably still GPUs out there. That's actually something I should look at. I can't remember the website for the HiveOS stats, but there's still most likely GPUs mining Kaspa. There's still FPGAs mining Kaspa. Those shouldn't take too much longer unless people aren't paying attention to what's happening, and their profitability is next to nothing. But we will see those pull off. It's not much. We won't even notice them really. When the FPGAs and the ASICs and stuff finally pull off Kaspa, we're not even going to notice it because these ASICs have such a higher hash rate above all that. Why is my screen not correct? That's weird. Why is it showing everything up here? Oh, never mind. I fail at that. Wrong button. I can't think. A2000s could be called a 3050 Ti. Is it harder with poor people to negotiate? Probably. I don't know what you mean by that. Commercial. Oh, there's an ad in there. Apologize. It's set to auto ads and all that crazy stuff happening. Oh, I have top chat on again, not live chat. Let me adjust this. Probably missing stuff. Bam. Did I miss anything? It looks about the same. I do have a few people. I'm saying hello to all you guys over there at Kick. What's happening? I see you guys. Don't worry. I see you guys. Scafer, what's going on? You just gave me a hug. Awesome. Awesome. I see you guys. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on this one because I don't know. There used to be a big, huge thing between the Tube and the Twitch. You weren't even allowed to mention the other one or you'd get like bad stuff happen. But I see people making videos about other platforms all the time. So maybe you're okay to do that now. But I try not to mention either side when doing it. But I am live in multiple locations here. Bitmain still doesn't take. Yeah, they don't take blood. They're not into that yet. Not yet, anyway. If GPU is below 500, then poor people are the worst to sell to. Just switch to live chat too. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I just switched to. I always forget about that because people are saying message, change your chat, and I'm like, what? What's going on? And it's always defaults to top chat, and I always forget about swapping it over. Everything's good now. All right, awesome. All good. Everything's good. What was I going to check out now? Oh, another thing, if you guys may or may not be aware about, check this out. You guys can't see nothing because I failed. Look at that. So, we have been testing and doing some stuff here over at a new thing called Rabid pools. So, I've been talking about it for months now. I know. It's slowly starting to come around. It's been a work in progress. But Virus Coin has been added. If we hit start here. Let's actually go back. Yes, it does say Equihash here because we're going through the mining core software and all the coin configs and stuff has all this. I tried switching it to VirusHash and then it didn't want to load. So far until I get things worked out, remember, it's kind of like a beta right now. We're testing things out. We're hitting quite a few blocks. It's looking good. This is what? Oh yeah, that's the pool hash rate right now. A lot of people have come off because it's going back and forth. I've been resetting it quite a bit. But if you guys want to mine on it, feel free to mine some Virus Coin on the old Rabid pool. It was in 4th place for, actually just under Zerg pool there for a while. Actually under Virus. It was doing pretty well. Smashed out some blocks. When was our last block here? 43%. You can kind of look at our luck here. Look at this one. This one was amazing. Go back. We had a 0% luck somewhere. Right there. Look at that. So we had a nice spree here. We went from 118% to 52, 57, 0, 10, 8, 93. That was a nice day. We smashed out a little more Virus than calculators would say by quite a bit. It was nice. But then obviously it's countered by some 258%, 272s. Last one was 43. So overall, it averages out. I believe average pool luck was currently sitting around 85% on average. So less than 100%, that's pretty good. But we're still in testing. The times are kind of off here on the block. Like it's like 6 hours off, even though it says it's in my time. But you can just click on it, check out the Explorer. We got our dashboard stats. The website here is going to be revamped for more stats and stuff soon. Once Havoc and some people get time to do it. Remember, a whole bunch of people are just, the pool team is kind of just slowly working on it in their spare time. I think I'm asking questions between 3 or 4 different people going on, slowly working on this. I am trying to get Zeph added to this as well, and I'm thinking of some other coins as well. So, join the Discord if you're not there. That's where most of the pool support is. To get connected, it's straight up right here. But due to resets and something to do with the DNS, we got to fix the DNS here. This is why this is in a beta. I want to go into my Hive OS, and you actually got to use the pool IP. If you use the DNS here where it says rabpools.net and I reset it, sometimes your miners might not connect, so you might have to just reboot your miner and it'll be fine. But if you come into here and just use the IP address, which you can kind of see here, it is posted everywhere in Discord, but I'll just kind of, you can see right there, 6694.115.236. That'll connect you and you'll be fine. You won't have to worry about any type of DCs when I do a reset and stuff. It'll just auto connect automatically. But I did want to point out that the Rabid Pools Virus pool is beta live right now. So if you want to mine some Virus coin, check it out. I might need some DNS help. I'm not sure. I'm learning this stuff as I go. Research, little things sometimes took me like 6 hours because I had to go through like Linux commands and Google stuff just to learn like what one command does or understand what it does before I do it and stuff like that. But I also got some experienced people help me out, like Viper. You know, you guys know Viper Pools. I got him in a secret chat here. I got Cedric and Havoc. You know, all these guys are helping me out and slowly getting things together, and they double check my configs and stuff like that. So it's a work in progress, but I'm learning. And yeah, I will check up on the DNS thing. Havoc has that going from a different server happening than what's happening with the pool, so I have to figure out what's happening there. But we'll see what happens with all that stuff going on. Command is your friend. Yeah, I can certainly walk you through it. It's really easy once you know how. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, trying to learn a lot of stuff though, and keep my mind busy and all sorts of things like that. A little time. What motherboards are you using? Octa. Motherboards for what? What are we referring to? I see how our pool is doing. Yeah, I seen your guys' pool is doing awesome. Awesome. And let's actually have a look. Which you're talking about Dynex, right? Referring to Dynex pool? Let's take a look here. Where is it? Deep Miners. Yeah, Deep Miners right there. Rocking, sitting in 4th place, 53.96. So yeah, if you guys are 0.5% prop and solo mining. So if you guys are, you know, mining Dynex, head on over and be sure to use that deepminers.com pool, because, you know, that's Yeti there, and you know his stuff's tight and legit. He knows what he's doing. If you have an issue, he'll fix it ASAP. Craziness. EK pool 29. Oh, I see the pools are kind of starting to spread out a little bit. There's that big hash rate drop happening from the latest update. I believe, what was it, 50% reduction in hash rate, which in theory, this kind of reminds me, everyone back in the, I know a lot of people were worried and freaking out, but do you guys remember back in the Ethereum days? You know, those are like the golden years of, I guess, of GPU mining. But I remember the big deal, LHR. You guys remember the big LHR unlock? It was huge. Oh, LHR's unlocked. Awesome. Everyone's getting more hash. But a lot of people didn't really realize that that didn't help you. That actually was bad for you, because then the entire network went up about 10% in hash. Why did the entire network go up about 10% in hash? Because majority of the Ethereum network was GPUs, not ASICs, like so many people actually thought for some reason. I don't know why. Only like 25-30% of Ethereum was actually ASIC. So we're seeing the after effects now of the difficulty of the other coins, as well as a ton shut off. But when that happened, the difficulty actually went up. Even though you're getting a little more hash, you're actually getting slightly less Ethereum because of the difficulty adjustment. And now, you know, I don't know, in theory it would reverse backwards. So I haven't mined Dynex for some time. I've been looking at the numbers, and, you know, I'm thinking about learning how to do this new setup with everything that they got going on with the latest miners, because, you know, that's what we do here, tutorials and stuff. So I got to figure it out myself first. But in theory, you should almost get a little more Dynex. The same hardware is still going to be online. In theory, actually less hardware is online, because a lot of people are having a lot of issues trying to get back up and running. So if everyone is back running same day as the fork happened, that happened just prior to the fork, you probably be getting a little bit more Dynex, because that difficulty is going to adjust down quite a bit. Even though your hash rate dropped, your yields are either going to be the same or slightly higher. So these are little things to kind of keep in the back of your mind. Just because you get a little more hash out of a miner update doesn't really mean it's a good thing, because everybody is getting that as well, which pushes across the whole network. But yeah. Conflux, RXD. Are you talking about like pools I should add? Or what are we talking about? Or are you just talking about what you're mining? Neox? Difficulty dropped almost 50%. Yeah, see, it's there, right, cut right in half. Is crazy. If you have AMD cards, put them on Dynex. NVIDIA got nerfed hard. Yeah, Zapire, we kind of mentioned that earlier. I don't know the exact numbers because I haven't been following it 100%, but definitely NVIDIA did get hit harder for sure, and AMD cards are looking really good on it. Someone actually said a 580 might be doing better than a 3060 now, which is crazy to think about. Imagine like $25 RX 580 GPU. I think you can get them for like $25 right now, but insane. LHR was so buggy, added some gray hair through that period. Yeah, that LHR thing is crazy, crazy, crazy. Sorry if I missed it, but my RX 580 rig is hashing less on Dynex. When did you hear what I just mentioned, or did you say that after I mentioned? So Crypto Pounder 4, there was a latest update on Dynex. They upgraded to their latest Dynex Solve. And with all the minor releases on the new versions that you have to update to or you're not going to work at all, there is a hash rate drop. So that's what you're seeing there is the entire network is actually down in hash rate due to the new version of everything. Oh, there comes the gray hair from. I bought one while LHR 3070, that was for LHR cards. Yeah, now I'm still interesting. It's interesting about the LHR. So you remember early on, NVIDIA said it did not affect any gaming performance. It's only for LHR, crypto mining, yada, 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 on memory intensive algorithms. So when the LHR got unlocked with that latest NVIDIA driver at the time, gaming performance went up as well. I remember seeing tech reviews and stuff saying NVIDIA's new driver just unlocked more performance on your GPU. No one mentions the fact that the exact same driver happened to be the same one that removed LHR. I don't know what's happening there, but I made the video. As soon as I updated and I seen that, hey, LHR is gone, guys. And then like the same day, the tech guys were saying how gaming performance increased the same day on the same driver, but they're not mixing the two together saying NVIDIA actually hindered it or anything. So I really think NVIDIA did affect gaming performance on their GPUs by adding that LHR, even though they denied it to a T and could probably cause lawsuits. And there was rumors of lawsuits and everything. I don't know what happened. That seemed to have faded in the wind. But one thing I'm wondering about with all those GPUs, as well as future GPUs, because that's actually in there already, if something happened, they could simply turn it back on at any given time. That's one thing we still got to keep in the back of our head. There could be at any time, say a shortage happens again or whatever, next bull run, say something like Octa.Space or ETC or, something on Ethash or any memory algorithm does explode and it causes some type of shortage, which honestly, as GPU miners and miners in general, that'd be awesome for us because yes, profits, let's go. But they could simply release a driver and bam, LHR happens again. So this is something we kind of got to think about moving forward. Right now, it's mostly all the core intensive algorithms that are seeing the profit, but there are coins out there that are doing pretty well. Now, like I said, Ethash, you got Octa.Space out there, ETC, like previous bull runs, like what did it hit, $100, $200? I can't really remember. That would be very profitable right now in terms of a lot of the GPUs. And, they could simply turn that right back on again. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. What do we got here? And sold other hardware. What's up? Tommy Coin, what's happening? Strong super pack. More performance, more games, not mining. Anything plus solar power is good. Yeah, solar's good. Solar, I believe there's a big misconception about some solar in my mind. Now, I know it's easy to say, like I try to cater to as many people as I can, and you can't really do that by saying go solar, it's going to be awesome, and that there's a lot of factors that involve around that. Like one, you need quite a bit of room for solar depending on the capacity that you actually want. If you just want to offset a little bit of power, you can just slap some on your roof and you're good. But if you're trying to go like full 100% or something like that, you need a lot of room. And if you're living in a city versus a ranch or out in a farm, it's a totally different situation as well, because again, the room. So just saying get solar, it's going to be awesome, it doesn't cater to a lot of people. It might not even cater to most people, because most people in theory live in type of city situations and stuff and very power limited. So that's why I do like to talk mostly about a lot of the things that matter, and that is efficiencies and hash to watt ratios and dealing with limited amounts of power and so on to try to get, to maximize the profits that you can on current electricity. Now, that's a totally different situation. If there's a giant mining farm out there dealing with 400, 600, 700, or, megawatts, million watts, whatever, gigawatts worth of power and unlimited infrastructure, that's a totally different situation, because then you have cheap power and you can just buy the cheapest junk you can find and slap it online and make profit. So, there's a whole bunch of different situations out there. Solar is great if you have the room. I was also looking at other things like myself, and being in Canada here, I was looking at a solar system that would actually cover 100%, because I don't feel like I don't have that high of power. I'm at 11 cent USD, which isn't too bad. I'm locked in at 6 cent Canadian, and then it's the third party fees that really run up that price up to over 15 cent Canadian, but it does work out to 11 cent USD. But now I was looking in the solar in order to fully power 100%, that's with batteries and going over and the room and everything, I would need $80,000-$90,000. And I was looking at an ROI and based on things, and it almost, and they have 25-30 year warranties on solar, on not even talking about ROI any equipment, it's going to take almost over 25 years for me to ROI the solar system itself based on power it's saved and stuff. So it almost isn't really worth that time, because by the time it's paid off, it's going to break on me probably, and then I'm just going to have to get a new one. And then I'm also thinking about moving. So there's a lot of different situations when looking at different ways to power things. You only got 230 amp plugs. Yes, I only have 230 amp 240 volt plugs I get. My whole service is only 100 amp. I did call. I did get the okay to upgrade to 200 amp, but I have 100 and some feet, and it's all underground, and it's gonna cost me $35,000 alone just to dig it up, trench it, put in because the sidewalk it goes under around the house, and it's not like a sidewalk, but it's all this fancy stone stuff, and it's gonna cost a lot to put it in and fix everything. So it wasn't worth it. I got another part of the solar there is, keep in mind, because I kept trying to think what it was. So 230 amps in theory going 100%. So 30 times, what is it? 30 amp times 240. So that is 7,200 watts. Times that by your 80%. So you get 5,760 watts, times that by 2. So that's 11,520 watts at the 80% rule that I have. Now I also calculate, because remember, it's just like with my CPU rigs. When I tweak them for XMR. That way, Random X, it's the most power intensive algorithm for CPU mining. That way, if I can move it to anything I want. If I tune it for VeersCoin, which uses less power, I can get a little more efficient, bring that power down. But I always want my rigs to be ready to move to something if I see a pump or something drops quick or something. Just make a move really fast. So if I tuned for Veeris and I moved over to Random X, I'm going to have rigs going down all over the place. So I tuned for that. And then when I came to the solar, that I am in Canada, 6 months of the year, we are dealing with winter time, and we only have 5 hours of light. So when I did do those calculated costs, remember, I'm taking in worst case scenarios as well. So that's only with 5 days of light. So I need to get enough solar panels to cover only 5 hours of light, enough batteries. So you have to go 3 or 4 or 5 times more above your capacity, because you want to be able to be charging those batteries while you're mining as well, while offsetting that. So remember, I'm talking full 100% offset when I was looking at all my numbers here, and counting winter hours and stuff and so on. So these are things you got to keep in mind. You think about the worst case scenario and you plan around that. You could go a middle ground, but I always tell myself, I don't want to still have a power bill if I'm covering a solar bill as well. So it's either 100% all in or nothing. And then, in the summertime, in theory, I would be getting paid back from the power companies, because they actually do that in Alberta, where whatever excess power you give out, you actually get paid back. So I would be making money off the power companies at that point, which would be awesome. But I was planning for worst case scenario, and that's only 5 hours of daylight during the winter months, and we have a lot of winter months here in Canada. So that's the other part of it that's going to cost me quite a bit more as well. But yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, Panels are cheap, batteries are not. Very, very true. Yeah, and it's going to need a lot of power, and you're going to need a lot of batteries, and then you're going to need a lot of panels to be, you have to have X amount over what you're actually pulling, and then you got to be charging those batteries, and you got to make sure you have enough batteries to offset like 16 hours of no light in the winter time. So that's a lot of batteries also. So like I said, that's what I was looking at. Like if you were to set it up for summer, it'd probably be like 60 or 70% cheaper than trying to set it up for winter. But like I said, we're half the year's winter, half the year's summer. So like I said, I do everything on the worst case scenario, so you don't have to worry about nothing else later on. But yeah. Battery is bad when it is cold. Well, the batteries would probably be in the house somewhere, not outside. But yeah. Anyway, that's just that. You'll need about 4K in panels, but the big issue is battery. Yeah, the batteries are expensive, but it was a very expensive quote, to say the least. And the ROI somehow it worked out to be like over the warranty of the panels and everything itself, the system. Anyway, we don't know. Yeah, we could just run extension we could just run extensions to Panda's house. Very, very true. That's the other thing too though about solar, is we plan on moving sometime possibly into BC, which would then be hydropower, which would be cheaper because that's where Panda is also. He's in BC, but maybe we'd be able to get a little cheaper rates as well because of it. But at the same time, I was also looking, then there's a lot of flooding happens in BC. You got a lot of trees out there for forest fires. Kind of where I am now, though, is a little more safer environmentally, I guess, long term. But again, I guess you never really know ever. But it's hard to say. The problem with batteries, they're still too expensive. Yeah, they're very expensive. Those darn batteries. To really go 100%, it's almost like going 100% off grid. And it would be insane. But I would be tied in because in summertime, like I said, that would offset and the power company would have to pay me. So, yeah. Oh, anyway. What else we got there? It's endless power, life battery, Panda hosting power, yeah. You will regret it when in 5 years it will cost $1.50 kilowatt hour at the cheapest level. Yeah, it's crazy. Power's going up like insane. That's funny too. Like power's going up like crazy, but they're really pushing the electric cars. Like if everyone had an electric car, it's going to be more expensive to charge your car than it is to buy gas. Like it used to always come in. Electric cars are cheaper. Now people are probably starting to wake up saying, oh, maybe they're not cheaper, but now they're just better for the environment. And now they're having the whole thing. Get electric cars. Is better for the environment. But they're smashing Bitcoin mining farms and stuff like crazy. Now that power is going to be produced no matter what. It's not that the Bitcoin mining farm's on, so we're gonna have to turn up our power. No, they don't run at power plants. Don't run at 5%, 10%, 50%. They're usually running fairly close in optimal percentages, whatever that is for that. But they're going to be making that power. So if the mining farm isn't using it, it's mostly just likely going to be wasted power. A lot of the big farms anyway are getting cheap power from them because that's what they're doing. That's part of the deal. They are burning off the excess power that would have been wasted anyway. But we see on all the media stuff, oh, that's wasting this, wasting that. Well, picture everybody in the entire world with an electric car and they all go to plug in at the same time. It's going to be using a bazillion times more power. So they want to really crack down on stuff. Maybe they should crack down on all the rich companies that are providing the power. Get them to fix their game. Move them to solar. Move them to renewable, not just, whatever they're doing and blaming it all on us, because the only thing that's really going on is they want more money and they need us to pay more. They just want to make more. That's all that's happening in my mind. And I'll probably won't have a channel tomorrow. Anyway, just kidding. Imagine electricity expensive, but you buy a generator and import oil to create electricity. That'd be hilarious. Some people are probably doing that. There's lots of ways. Like, look at the farming thing. I think a lot there. What was there a story there where there's a big farmer. He was using the methane from his cows, the manure and everything, and he was turning it into fuel for generators or something and running a Bitcoin farm off that. So, it's people doing things like that, but it's not the oil, like I said, and they're not importing, but they're that technically that's a renewable thing. Yeah, but they're using methane off their animals and running a Bitcoin farm, which is smart. That's free power in a way. Well, straight up free power. Running off the fumes. Not your cattle, not your Bitcoin. For sure, cow farts equals the next coin to pump. Very true, but you know what else I also see going on? You guys see a lot. I can't remember. Was it California? I don't even remember. But they want to tax or remove or stupidest thing. Or was it Bill Gates there? He's doing his lab growing meats. Who's going to eat that? They're going to definitely feed it to people saying how it's good for you, but I cannot see how lab grown meats is going to be good for you and have nutrients at all. I would not touch that stuff. But they're going to try. They're going to try to tell everyone how good it is and awesome and stuff. But you see the lab grown meats and they're trying to halt because allegedly cows now are producing too much climate change. You guys hear about all that type of stuff? I don't like what? Yeah, so it's crazy stuff going on. I just don't even understand. I see it. Every time those dumb things like that pop up on the news, fast forward. But yeah, I end up fast forwarding about 95% of the news and only watch the weather because it's all literally BS. Anyway, pigs are meat plus power. If anyone in the chat can remember that film, Soylent Green. Soylent Green? Is that what it's called? I don't know. When was it? Farm waste. Yeah, the waste in general is bad. It does do a lot of things, and farmers have died from H2S poison and stuff due to it. But, you know, being able to produce your own fuels like methane out of it to run things is, you know, it's smart. It's people. I'm Mad Max with you need pigs. Biodigesters, slurry stores are old tech. It's people. LOL. Yeah, I'm still in live chat. Lab grow meat and have a Bud Light while you're at it. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff going on there. Is there anything else we're gonna check out here? We saw the Kaspa stuff. There was something else I think I wanted to say, and I don't remember what it was. We got the Virus thing, the pools, we got the stats. Let's check out the Kaspa Explorer again. Oh, down to 2.9. That's awesome. Are any of you guys ordering? Hey, yeah, are you guys ordering? Anyone ordering a KS3L, KS3 fully electric? I know you got your eyeballs on them, but I also know that you know that they're going to be dropping in price again here soon. But yeah, I don't know. I really wish I could get my hands on one, but like a lot of you guys mentioned in previous comments, like it's the price that really limits. Yes, the profitability is there, but if you can't afford it, you just can't afford it. It's next to impossible. But that's where the KS0 is coming in for a lot of us because, you know, it's cheap and it hardly uses any power. It's not really bankrupting you. We didn't really go through any of this, actually. Maybe we could run through some quick numbers. Where's the Kaspa ASICs right here? That one. This one. All right. So right now, what did we say we were just at? It's a little under 3 now, but let's just go at 3. We're at 3 now. So let's go here. 3. Let's go 0, 0. Bam. Let's just look at current profitability right now. So the 8.3 isn't released yet. So we're going to have to change that to the 8 gigahash version. Technically, this is released to only a select few people. 45,000 coins. What is this? Is that right? I have something wrong here. What's going on? What is this? Oh, this is when we're doing the ROI thing. Crap. Where is my actual profitability stuff? Oh no, the profitability. I'm out of it. This is the ROI stuff. This is the profitability right here. Okay, so 1743. I got it here. So let's take a look at what are the other ones? KS2 is 2 terahash. KS2 is looking like a 2 terahash. 435. That's still pretty. Is that the one Panda has? Is it the KS2 Panda has? He's still rocking 435 a day. It's pretty good. 11,000 coins. Doing it. KS1. Some of you guys ordered those. 217. 56.44 a day. Nice. And then Yeah, we got the 100 gigahashers. 21 a day, 564. That's actually 564. Where's mine? 572. We're getting slightly more than what my calculator is telling me. 572 versus 564, but it's pretty close. Pretty close. But yeah, the profitability is dropping down pretty hard. Oh, we're down to 100 gigahash. We're going to drop down to 96, 97, 95. But where is it? What is today? Today is the 29th. So we have what? 2 weeks. Remember, guys, now in 2 more weeks, we're also going to see another block reward reduction happen on Kaspa. So the block reward will be dropping a little bit more. Actually, that's something we should look in right here. This is the next block reward reduction, is this one right here. So that's actually, let's see what things are going to look like in 2 weeks at current network conditions. I want to save this just in case I need it for something. That's an extra 1,000 miners online. All right, let's go 3, 0. So this is in about 2 weeks time at the network next block reduction time. We need the current price. Need the current price, Kaspa. I didn't have that there, did I? 349. Oh, it's dropping pretty quick. 349. 349. 349. All right. So there's 349. Let's look at the 100 gigahasher. There we go. Wow. So next month, current network conditions of about 3 petahash. We're going to be down to, or in 2 weeks, I guess, 532 coins, which is $18 at the current price right now. KS1s will be at $185.53. That's still not too shabby. KS2s, $371. And then what do we got here? The KS3Ls are going to still be OP here. Slightly under 1,000, but $929, 26,638 coins. So again, depending on the Kaspa price, up, down, and so on, obviously our profitability number will change, and we're going to see a network reduction. Actually, what is that rate from right now? 50. So 6, 7, 8. So about like 1,500, 1,600 coin difference will be happening in the next 2 weeks just from the block reward reduction alone on the KS3s. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's quite a bit of coin. You think about it, like, you know, like 1,500, 14 to 1,600 coins just from the reduction of block rewards with no extra hash rate at all is going to be happening in a couple weeks here. Yeah, it is quite a bit. The block reward reduction does do quite a bit over time. So keep these things in mind. On top of, we're going to see crazy network hash rates. Like right now, we're at 3 petahash on the Kaspa network. Last month, a little bit before months, we're only at like 1.09 petahash. So we're already about almost, we're like 2.9 times higher in hash rate, almost 3 times more. We could be seeing by the end of next month, we could be seeing anywhere from 6 to 10 petahash online for the network hash rate. That's going to be pretty high. And then when Bitmain releases, I don't know how many they're going to have. You know, so by the end of September, we could see possibly around 20, I'd say 10 to 20 petahash possibly on the Kaspa network. That is huge. The hash rate we have right now is nothing compared to what we're going to see in the next couple months. It's going to be crazy stuff. MC, it's the only way I would invest so much. Got to have an inside guy. Aragon, hey, Aragon's here. What's happening? Box found the default hash rates are wrong for most of the GPUs they list. They have safe numbers that are inefficient. If you go double check their coin price and put on your hash, it can work. Yeah, very true. For we talk about like hashrate.no and everything. Yeah, everything is a baseline. Even my own CPU calculator, it's a nice baseline. My hash rates are pretty close because I did the testing myself on most of those. But I do, like I said in previous videos, though, when it comes to the CPU mining calculator, the 3900Xs, I plan on retesting them across all the algorithms again with the latest miners on everything, getting wall power, 3950Xs, 5950Xs. And I need another 7950X actually, so I can test that again because it's in my workstation. I don't feel like ripping it apart to do that. So, yeah. But yeah, I plan on testing everything again. But when it comes to the hash rates, they are pretty. It all depends how you run your CPU too. I like to go base clock undervolt, and some people like to OC them. So, you know, depending how you run your CPU and, you know, GPU, everything, it all depends on power and what you pay for power and how you want to mine. But, you know, everything is a little different everywhere you look. What I like about Saturday and Saturday, I'm assuming Saturday and Sunday, is I always trade some coins. Yeah, the weekends do tend to do something. If you guys are familiar, last Saturday, that's when Kaspa was pumping pretty good. And now we're seeing it kind of come down. So week to week on end is seeing some differences. Gold Shell Mini Doge 2 Plus PSU expected next week from Miner Bros. My first ASIC. Thanks for the $50 code. I bought it with BTC. Proves you can pay for some crypto. Very true. You know, there's a lot of vendors now that are accepting crypto. Obviously, these ASIC guys are, but there's even like normal places accepting it. And there's another thing too. If you guys are, I can't remember what it's called. There's this website. I don't know if it's called Bitcoin Payments or something, but it's the fees were a little bit higher than I liked after I did all the numbers. But I used it for a couple months. Paying my actual power bill through Bitcoin through that website. So instead of like normally I would take it, I'd sell it, put it into my account or into my crypto Visa or something and then pay for it. You could actually set up your bills on this website. And I can't remember the exact name, and I don't know if it's only for Canada, but you'd set it up there and you'd put in your account numbers and stuff. And then you'd say pay with Bitcoin. And it would send you an address that you need to and tell you the amount of Bitcoin you had to send to it. And you'd send that amount of Bitcoin to it, and then it would do the processing and everything, and bam, cover your bill for you. Now, it was awesome. Like, you could literally just send Bitcoin, and it will pay for your bills for you. And so, like, it's a legit way to use crypto only to cover your bills. And I don't know if that's only a Canada thing or not, but it's pretty cool. And I think there's some clothes shops out there and stuff. But yeah, we are seeing more adoption happen all the time when it does come to crypto. Their numbers have been off for years. Have you put your own numbers? I did the calculator. The USD GBP price versus USD was like 95%. Interesting. They have one for the US as well. Your friend Andy made a video. Oh, do they have one? Okay, yeah. I wonder what that one's called. Maybe it's the same one. Because I just can't remember the name. I thought it was, I don't know what it's called, but it is pretty cool. It is pretty neat to be able to do stuff like that. Their numbers went to that. I think that's pretty much everything. All right. I actually streamed longer than I thought I was going to, which is okay, I guess. But I guess we're going to wrap this one up, though, guys. It's been time. But again, if you're just tuning in or missed it earlier, my little brother did pass away. I do have some donation addresses in the description if you guys choose to help. And I'm just trying to take some of the burden off my parents and, try to cover funeral expenses and whatever else, on top of I need to get a new car tire because I blew the other one up the other day as well. So that's a pretty bad week happening. Anyway, but I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream, and I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid.